What it do, Dream Team? Welcome back to the channel. And as you can see, I have my beautiful wife back doing reaction videos with me. I'm excited to have her back. I hope y'all just as excited. But here we are with First Time You Realize America Really Messed You Up, Part 1. We've done a couple of these together, but there's still a lot of them that we haven't done. So this is one that we haven't done together. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up.
If you're an American currently living abroad, what is one time that made you realize that America really messed you up?
Literally early this morning, I dragged my ass to the embassy, which is an hour away from where I'm living in the Netherlands. I get into the embassy, I do my thing, I go up to the window, and I'm getting my passport name changed. I need a new passport so that I can leave, go back to the States to see my family, and come back into the country here. And I've been waiting for this meeting for over a month. I give the woman all of my stuff, and she's like, okay, great, where are the stamps? And I had printed out a checklist from the embassy website, and there were no stamps on this checklist. But apparently I needed to bring a couple of stamps so that way I could pay for the postage for the government to send me my passport, which I already have to pay for. And I already have to pay taxes in America, but I obviously don't see any of the benefit because I'm not living in the country. Why can't you just pay for my stamps? So now I have to wait 3 more months for another appointment to get my passport.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
I would have been like, can I not just pay you a little bit extra and you just put the stamps on for me?
Right.
Like, that's crazy. 3 extra months because she forgot stamps, which wasn't on the ambassador checklist.
You can't tell me they didn't have stamps behind them.
Oh, everything. Bro, I'll be so heated. Alright.
So I'm moving to Portugal and I have somebody that's helping me with the visa process over there. And she's asking me questions about my income. And I say, yeah, I have a full-time job and I also run 2 businesses. And she's like, that's a lot. And I said, yeah, I do work about, anywhere from 80 to 110 hours a week. But, it's what's necessary right now. I need to take care of my son. I need to manage all these different things. And I need to be able to afford, a pretty good life. And she said, well, don't you make over what the minimum is required here in Portugal? And I said, yeah, no, I definitely do. But I need to be able to take care of all those other things. And she's like, how do you have time for your son? I'm like, well, it's not the amount of time that I'd like, but that's what's necessary. And it just was really clear to me, like with the confusion, that they actually have work-life balance and you just don't work yourself to death. You can actually enjoy your life.
Hi.
That's heartbreaking.
That really is.
80 to 110 hours. You can forget that. I would never sign up for that.
Nah.
And on some of these, I understand, like, you forced to, like, because things might be more expensive here in America. But on some of these, I do be like, that's kind of your personal choice. Like, you choosing to work.
Yeah.
Almost
some people
100
actually
hours a week.
really love to work more than they like to.
Exactly. And I feel like some people's circumstances don't allow you to have that work-life balance. You just got to pay bills. But some people, like you said, just love to work. And so that they balance. But I would never work 80 to 110. Let me not say never because circumstances might pop up. But if it wasn't circumstantial, I would never choose to work 80 hours a week. I don't even like working a 40-hour work. Let's continue.
I've been living in Spain for about 11 years, and this happened like 11 years ago. It was my first time going to the emergency room, and when stomach problems, whatever, couldn't stop throwing up. And I go in, give the girl at the front desk my ID and my debit card, and she takes my ID, checks me in, hands both cards back to me, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I give the debit card, I pay at the end. So I go in, everything, give me medicine, and I go back out. I stop at the front desk again, and I was like, hi, I'm leaving. Here's my debit card. And she just looks at me and she's like, I don't know why you keep giving this to me. You don't need to give me your debit card. I don't get it. And I'm like, oh, you don't have to pay for health services, even in a private hospital.
That's crazy. That's nice.
I wish.
I'm
Okay, I
not
have
stopping
another
to
one.
pay somebody, though.
When I was
they don't
studying
charge
in
me, I'm
Spain,
walking out.
we had our orientation the first week of classes, and our program director sat us all down and had to explain our health insurance to us and how it worked. And basically, it worked that you paid like €1,000 for the semester, and you got health insurance, like free health insurance for everything, covered everything.
And she had to sit us down, and she had this big group of Americans in a room, and she was like, listen, if you are sick, go to the doctor. And we were all like, yes. And she was like, no, like, Americans don't go to the doctor. You won't go to the doctor when you're sick. So I have to tell you every year to do this, and still kids will just put off going to the doctor because you're used to just, like, pushing through illness. No matter what it is, I don't care if it's a cold, go to the doctor. And she had to actually, like, spell that out for us.
That's so true. Because it costs too much.
It really does.
So unless we on our deathbed, we just gonna try any over-the-counter medicine or home remedy we can find.
Right? Yeah, you just got sick recently.
Yes. I be saying my best medication, I'm just gonna go to sleep. If I'm sick, I'll be like, I'm gonna just go to sleep.
I just be giving him every medicine.
She did put me on some different medicines that I've never got, and that worked amazingly. And I was like, dang, I didn't know they had this. Usually I just go to sleep.
Which literally blew my mind. Like, why would you not take medicine?
I swear.
Okay, so I was living in Thailand and I got into a motorcycle accident because the guy in front of me turned without a blinker. Like, he was on a moped and he just kind of turned into the side of me and just knocked us both over. And so my motorcycle landed on my knee and I couldn't walk, so they needed to call me an ambulance to go to the hospital. But, like, I was like, I can't afford an ambulance, so the whole time that they're like, the ambulance is coming and they're like putting me in the ambulance, I was like, how much is this gonna cost? How much does this cost? Like, I someone can pick me up. How much does this cost? Because, like, in the States it could be like $4,000 to get a 15-minute ride to the hospital. And the guys just laughed at me and they were like trying to figure out the word for it, and they're like, free, it's free. And I was like, huh, well, that's different.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a black person living in Japan right now, and yeah, so when you're in America and you're shopping, you're browsing, whatever, sometimes, not all the time, in my own experience, I've never had the experience of being followed around because of my skin color, because I just don't shop that often, and sometimes when I want to go get something, I know exactly what I want, I go in, I buy it, and then I leave. But here in Japan, when you go in and you're browsing for something, the employees are walking around to help you. So they may follow you, but they're not following you because of your skin tone. They're following you because they want to help you. They want to take the initiative and be right there when you need them, when you're ready to pay, if you have questions, whatever the case may be.
Hey, I live in...
I just don't think I'd like that too much.
They'll follow me around and help me. Yeah, I'm more so, if you ask me if I need help one time and I say, nah, I'm just looking, then if I do need help, I'll come to you after that.
Yes. But yeah, I don't like being followed.
Yeah.
At all. Like, it's annoying. I feel like I'm being, like, pestered to, like...
I swear.
Like, when we went to the mall, there was a lady that kept coming up to us,
Yes.
and I was like, okay, I'm ready to leave.
Yes.
Like, you're running me out of the store.
You trying to pressure me into buying something, dog.
Yes, like...
I'm
You clearly see that I'm looking, and then every 5 seconds you're coming up. Can I help you? Can I help you?
Exactly. Yeah, I think they should be there, and if you need help, you can go and ask, hey, like, can you help me out with this, or can you let me know what kind of deals y'all got going on?
Right, that's what I told him. Like, I understand when we first walk in, like, you let us know what kind of deals are going on. If we need you, let you know. But after that, leave me alone. That's
point blank, period. And then I've never experienced, but I know many black people have, for sure, like, being followed around in the store. But me personally, I never, like, maybe I have, and they were just good enough that where I didn't detect them.
More so, he just don't care. He don't care. Now, me, I would be the one to notice.
I swear, yeah, I ain't never experienced it.
That you know
of.
In Ireland, and I've lived most of my adult life here. I moved to Ireland in 1995. My teenage daughter was born here many years ago, and when she was born, I spent 2 nights in hospital before she was born. I had an emergency cesarean section, and then I spent a further 6 nights afterwards. The total cost to me was $0. I kept asking them, like, are you sure no one wants my credit card? Like,
stop asking that.
Do you want my details so you can send me the bill? And they would just, like, laugh, like, oh, you're American. There's no bill. So 8 nights in hospital, emergency procedure,
Dang.
$0 bill.
That's crazy.
So when I was in high school, I was a lifeguard, and
We're going to need to deliver this baby over there.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all didn't know my wife is pregnant. We're having a boy, so that's going to be absolutely incredible. But she right, we might have to go over there to deliver the baby. 8 nights in a C-section cost us $0.
That's insane.
And
this baby finna cost us so much.
I swear, the insurance better cover all of it.
Insurance don't cover that.
Because I ain't like these people. If you don't charge me while I'm at the hospital, you're not getting your money. And you're going to have to stop me and tell me. Because I'm not going to walk up and say, hey, y'all need my card information, where I pay at. Nuh-uh.
He really won't.
You're going to have to stop me before we hit the door and say, Mr. Neal, we got a charge for you. But other than that, you just ain't getting paid.
He really is like that. We've been to like restaurants where they like forgot to add my order to the ticket, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not letting them know."
we eat. You eat for free today, babe. I tip a little bit more because they did that, but I'm not finna tell you. You ain't put the charge on. That's on you.
During my lifeguard training, they taught us that before we even administer first aid or CPR, we had to ask for consent to avoid being sued. Now, fast forward a couple of years, and I'm in London as a waitress, and my company sends me to go do CPR training. And while I'm there, they go over the same stuff that I learned in the States, but I notice that they're completely glossing over this one particular area. So I raise my hand and I ask, what are the laws here? Like, how do you avoid being sued if something goes wrong? To which every single person in the room starts laughing at me and says, oh, you're American, right? Yeah, no one here is going to sue you for trying to save their life.
Okay, I have type 1 diabetes and I lived in Costa Rica. The very first day that I was there, my insulin pump stopped working. This was like some weird fluke, unrelated to anything else. But I didn't have a doctor yet or really know where to go, so I went to a pharmacy because I needed to get long-acting insulin so I could still treat my disease. And when I went to the pharmacy, the insulin was $20 for a vial. In the United States, I pay $322 for that same vial.
I also want to add that I got the insulin over the counter without a prescription. In the United States, I have to see my endocrinologist 4 times a year to get a prescription for a medication that keeps me alive.
And the only reason you got to see him for the prescription is because they want to make money off of you, too.
I wonder if she got insurance.
Wow, you know somebody get insulin for cheaper?
My sister and her husband.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
They get it cheap, what, like the $20 a vial? Oh, okay, so I guess with the right insurance, you get it for cheap.
I mean, I'm sure it varies.
I feel that. But
and it may vary on, like, the insulin she takes. Because I know there's, like, different brands, different for everybody. Like, what works for you.
Yeah. So, probably uninsured is what she was meaning by, like, $300. The fact that you would charge somebody that, though, for that medicine.
I mean, that does make sense, especially if you're not insured.
Exactly. And I really like the fact that she could actually get it over the counter. Like, she didn't have to get a prescription written up to get this insulin. She'd get it over the counter. But, yes.
Here's a fun one. So I'm teaching 3rd grade in Thailand, right? And it's sports day. Kids running around, screaming, having fun, as kids do. And I hear a bang. Instantly, my heart drops into my stomach. My entire body tenses. My adrenaline starts pumping. And I'm looking around for the shooter. And then I realize I'm in Thailand. And people don't have guns. And they don't shoot children at their school.
That's crazy.
It was a balloon. A balloon popped. Fuck you, America.
I don't live abroad anymore, but for half of 2018, I lived in Germany, and I have so many stories. The town that I lived in had like a main plaza area, and there was a cafe in that plaza, so a couple of my other American friends and I decided to try it out one day, and there was a construction site nearby. We heard a really loud bang, and, you know, we kind of assumed that someone had fired a gun, and so we, like, ducked for cover, and then we were looking around frantically, trying to find, like, a place that we could run to or hide to get out of the situation, and then we realized that no one had shot a gun. No, it was a loud bang from the construction site. That's it. That's all it was. We'd been speaking in English, and we all have really obvious American accents, so all the Germans around us gave us these really sad looks, like, oh, these poor, poor Americans.
That's tough.
I've lived abroad for a little over a year, and coming back for the holidays, I have really come to realize that the food in this country is garbage. Since leaving the US, I have lost about 40 pounds, and I have not tried to lose weight. I haven't been conscious that I'm losing weight. It just has naturally fallen off of me because food in other countries is not overprocessed. It's not packed with sugar and preservatives and all of the things that are in the food here. And since being back, even for the short amount of time that I've been here, I have found it extremely difficult to maintain my weight, even though I'm not overeating. I'm eating basically the same diet I was eating abroad. It's simply the way the food is processed. So moral of the story, try eating organic as much as possible. This food is killing you.
Yeah, my bro went over to Sweden, I told you. And he said he ate like the same stuff, like same fast food restaurants and stuff. And he said he actually did like lose some weight out there.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Our food really is like trash. I think recently there's like stuff going on TikTok where our like fruits are like rubbered.
For real?
So like people are like getting fruit, and when they cut it open, like the watermelon is like, it's hard to break. And the pineapple is hard to break.
See? And I saw like a video way back when it was like show like fries from the past, and it was like they only had like 3 ingredients that they use in the fries.
Yeah, now there's like a lot
over like 20. Like and I can't even say half of them, like pronounce them because they're too big of words, and it's like it don't make sense. Like why did they start? And I mean I guess I understand why they started adding all these ingredients. It probably helps them like make more.
Yeah.
Or they trying to get us sick to go to the hospital to spend our money. Or
I just try not to think about what's been put in it.
Yeah, I'm going to eat it anyway. I am going to eat it no matter what. But
I feel like, we really just don't have a choice. Like, there's no food over here that's not been touched.
Yes, exactly. And you can go organic, but organic is expensive. Like, Jesus. You got to have money to go organic, man. Well, the stuff that I eat, like, because even the stuff, when I go to the store and try to get the least amount of fat and the healthiest options, like, you see a big price jump from regular and my options. So
I know. I think, like, when we first moved in together and he was buying some of that stuff, like, I was shook.
Yes. Like, regular, like, bread, I used to get the cheapest bread possible. I can get a loaf for, like, $1.25 maybe. Now, I buy, like, half a loaf for, like, $4.50.
Yep. Yep.
It's legit insanity, and then the meat is probably like $4 or $5 more expensive.
Yes, it blew my mind when we started living together. I was like, "You're expensive."
I just started wanting to lose weight, and I was like, I need to get food that are low in calories, high in protein. Well, that's my way of doing it. I was just calorie counting. Yeah. Less calories or more calories burnt than I ate, and I was losing weight. That's the recipe I went by. But it's crazy also the Americans just hearing a loud noise immediately, like gunshot.
I feel like when you hear like a tire or like an engine like backfire.
Oh my God, I swear to God.
It scares me to death every time.
I've never thought about that. Because I was like, when I hear a loud noise, like I don't immediately think like gunshots. I just look around for what the noise is. But when you say that backfire, I have heard something backfire and I'm, who's shooting?
Yes.
Who's shooting?
Who's shooting?
And
yes.
But I don't think I've ever like heard like a real shot, like gunshot in my life, or like was around a real gunshot. Maybe when I was really young, my dad like wanted to shoot with a friend. His friend shot, so I saw him shoot. But
yeah, actually, we just had an active shooter like 3 days ago at our mall.
It's crazy. Yep. It's insane, and there's so many stories, but I don't think the law is ever going to change if you ask me. I think it's too ingrained in American culture. I found out in a video, America was actually built on like the foundation of guns. So if it's deep in the foundation, I don't see it getting changed. But that's all for this video. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure you check out this reaction video. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. We'll see you on the next one. We're out.